I thought, hey, Dino's going to go and be a speaker. That's going to just, I mean, I'm just going to get up on stage and people are going to resonate with, with my presentation style, with my performance ability. And crickets. I mean, nobody just, I mean, just couldn't get anybody to pay any attention to me.
Hey guys, welcome to Keep On Pushing Stories. Yeah, man, we tell you real life stories of motivation and inspiration because, well, you know what? We want to inspire you and hopefully you'll be able to relate and be able to do the same in your life as well. And today, I'm excited to welcome Dean Lindsay to the segment. Dean, welcome to Keep On Pushing
Hey,
Stories.
thank you, Devin. Honored to be on the show.
Yeah, man. So, tell us first of all, Dean, what is it that you do? How do you serve? How do you bring value to your clients?
Well, I really try to take timeless principles and share them in a fresh way that help people progress, whether that's in their personal lives or their business lives, in sales, customer service, building priceless business relationships. So, had the opportunity over these last 20 years to, whether it's from the stage or in consulting programs, really help dig in and help find ways people to take. Um, Positive action for themselves and the people that they care about.
Oh, that sounds awesome. So, how does someone find you, man, to learn about how they can make progress as opposed to just changing?
Absolutely. DeanLindsay.com. That's where you can find me. You'll find videos and some clients and endorsements and some of the programs that we offer. So I definitely hope people come and check out DeanLindsay.com.
DeanLindsay.com. Awesome. So, Dean Lindsay, what I really, really want to know though is your keep on pushing story. I want to hear of a time when you had to overcome a significant challenge or you had to push yourself out of your comfort zone to accomplish something amazing, like you made real progress. So please tell us your keep on pushing story.
My keep on. I've got I could do several, but I think one of the ones that really was a keep on pushing story for me was the early years of my speaking business. I came from a theater background. I came from a background of performance. Both I was in Texas Shakespeare Festival. I was in the movie Twister. I was one of the bad guys driving the black vans in Twister. I had a guest starring role in Walker, Texas Rangers. So I thought, hey, Dino's going to go and be a speaker. That's going to just, I mean, I'm just going to get up on stage and people are going to resonate with my presentation style, with my performance ability. And crickets. I mean, nobody just, I mean, just couldn't get anybody to pay any attention to me at all. And so then I, put out the video, my first speaker video, and still there just wasn't the momentum that I needed to get this speaking career off the ground. And so, I mean, speakers bureaus and things of that nature, they just weren't even bothering to watch the video. And so I realized that I really needed to write a book. I really needed to create a book. And I had done a lot of research on different topics for various clients over the years, but but it was all a little piecemeal. It was all kind of, a little bit here, a little bit there. And also didn't know anything about the publishing industry, and had a few false starts of trying to get the book out there. Had 3 or 4 different parts, 25-page manuscripts that needed to be worked on. And so what I had to do, my keep on pushing moment, was when I realized that I had to really kind of stack the deck. I don't want to say against myself, but to give myself a timeline. And my wife and my wife is from Sweden, and we live in the United States. And my wife and my 2 daughters were going to Europe, going back to Sweden for 17 days. They're going for 17 days, and this was during the summer. And so I knew, and when they're here, it's tough for me to write. I want to hang out with them. I want to do other stuff. And so I challenged myself that in those 17 days, I was clearing off the plate. And so for 17 days, I ran in the morning before the sun came up because it was so crazy hot in Texas. I wrote and rewrote and massaged and massaged all day long. And that evening, I treated myself to a Western or a Cary Grant movie, and then repeat. I did that for 17 days straight because I knew that if I could just get a manuscript, I'm not talking about ready to go to print even, because we're going to maybe deal with editors and things of that nature. But I knew that if I could, in those 17 days, I could just gut it out, that I could have something that then we could, massage and send to editors and get that going. At the same time, I decided that I was not going to go through a publisher. And so to help keep myself motivated, I had a couple of books on how to, create your own publishing company, or how to publish your own books. And anytime I'd get a little bit dejected during the day of, well, what am I going to do with this manuscript once it's done, I'd pull down that one of those books and I'd read a chapter, and then I'd go, okay, now there was no reason for me to be talking about an ISBN number. I mean, I didn't need to, but I knew that now I knew once I got the book done, I knew what an ISBN number was. So those 17 days, and knowing that once they came back, it was going to be much more difficult. And so fortunately, the manuscript got done in those 17 days. That manuscript then got massaged, turned into my first book, which came out in 2005, long before these two. It's called Cracking the Networking Code. We ended up getting J. Conrad Levinson, the guy behind the whole guerrilla marketing movement, to write the foreword. Brian Tracy wrote an endorsement. Ken Blanchard wrote an endorsement. Got those to the speakers bureaus, and that's when my speaking career took off. Creating progress in a world of change. I mean, cracking the networking code in those 17 days that I wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote.
17 days, man, to progress is what I call it. What did you learn from that, Dean? What did you learn from that experience?
You know what I really learned from that experience is sometimes you really have to silo yourself. Sometimes you got to really understand, and it has turned into such an incredible. If I even knew then of all the things that it would turn in my life into later on, that first book, I still have people who have that first book, Cracking the Networking Code, who have just a couple of years back did a big thing with Texas A&M because a lady who was a graduate student back when that book first came out went into the college world and took that book with her to the different offices she was in, and so it really teaches you that and one other thing, Devin, was it's a good book. I didn't need a book. I needed a good book, and I tried to write a book that really did help. That really was, that really did help people find ways to build priceless business relationships, and it did that. So, but I knew I wanted to even before those 17 days. But I also knew that it was, you realize that sometimes you got to just stack the deck as far as, it's not just an arbitrary deadline. They were coming back. I mean, I had to stop and go pick them up at the airport, and so I wanted to, when I headed to the airport, I wanted to have that, the book, done as far as the manuscript.
Indeed. Awesome story. Wonderful lessons. Thank you so much, Dean, for
You're
sharing
welcome,
those
Devin.
with us.
Thank you, sir.
So guys, if you enjoy this, please leave a comment below and don't forget to subscribe, and just as importantly, share this with your friends. They want to be inspired as well, so share it, don't keep it. Until we connect next time, yeah man, keep on pushing.